So what I'd like to do today is just tell you what we can do to help you recruit, retain, and graduate minority students with the support of the grant. So, so what are some of the issues and challenges of mentoring graduate students? You have heard some of those already. So we want more students to go into the faculty positions. We need to get more graduate students, retain, graduate them, and so they can go on and get good postdocs and they can go faculty positions. But to do that, we need to get also undergraduates to go and apply for graduate school. But there's a point where we lose them. We lose them to, let's say, industry. Some of these students are the first in their generation to go to college, so we need to keep them. But to do that, we also need some more undergraduates to graduate with degrees. So here are the three main points that I want to cover, and what can we do to help you with each one of those steps. So in the first one is, how can we expand the pipeline of graduating undergraduate minority students that can go on to grad school? To that, we have the Western Alliance to Expand Student Opportunities. That's the WESO grant, and it's been based at ASU for about a decade. It's an alliance of 75 institutions of higher education, national labs, and professional organizations throughout our region in Arizona, New Mexico, Nevada, Western Texas, in El Paso, Colorado, and Utah. So what is the goal of this grant? Well, the goal is to increase the number of underrepresented students receiving bachelor degrees in science, math, engineering, and technology. So the institutions that they're covered here in Utah are the following, in addition to the three main institutions, BYU, University of Utah, and Utah State. There are other institutions that also participate. So what are the programs that we have? Well, the WESO program has summer bridge programs. So these are students that after they get out of high school, they can go to the university and start in a bridge program, so they know already what to expect when they go into college. They have peer study groups. Those are either faculty directed or by other students, in which they get together to work on problems. So they already have someone to count on, and give them tutoring, etc., so the students can perform well in their classes and able to graduate. One of the most important activities of the programs is the faculty-directed undergraduate student research. What it has been found that students that do undergraduate research most likely will go on into grad school and compete very well and do very well in grad school. So we have over about 100 or so students every semester going through the program and doing undergraduate research in the lab of any faculty member. So if you were to identify a minority student, you can apply for a grant. The grant will provide a stipend for the student as well as some money for supplies. So it's a great way to have an undergraduate minority student in your lab doing research and being supported. In addition, we get all the students that participate in this undergraduate research, and we have research conferences every year, some at ASU, some of the other institutions of the region, and we give a forum for the students to present their research. So the students already get to know what is expected from them for grad school. So as I said already, some of these minority students are the first one in their families to go to college. So they don't have a role model, or they don't know what to expect. So we have to address that. Also, industry is competing for the same pool of students. So we have to have a way that we can let the students go on and apply and get accepted into graduate school. For that, we have the Project 1000. This is a project in which students can apply, minority students can apply. This is not only limited to our region, but throughout the states, where they can apply for up to 7 schools out of a pool of 88 institutions. In this, they have one application, only one graduate application, so it makes the process of applying for graduate school very simple. So they have one application. The application fees for most of the schools are waived, for all the schools are waived, so therefore they don't have that financial burden of having to apply for graduate school. They have a centralized credential service in which the students have only to submit one set of transcripts, one set of letters of recommendation, and that is distributed to all the other to the schools that they applied for. As well as one financial aid application. We have an office with very competent staff that they are there to support the students through the application process, to advise, help them, with their application, essays, etc. And also we have a very important point is the GRE preparation. Most of them, we can give them waivers if they have the financial need, as well as help them prepare for the GRE. So the third one brings me to the mentoring, retaining, and graduating PhD students. That is the MGE at MSA program. So some of the aspects of the project are the faculty mentoring institutes, like the one that you're attending today. We also have other components, a mentoring network for graduate students, a faculty network for faculty members, so they have a way that they can talk and and share problems that they have with the mentoring of undergraduate students. The students that participate in the program, we have approximately 30 graduate students participating in the program at the moment. At any given time, we require meetings with the advisors. This is something that most departments and most advisors do anyway, but here we have a way to document it, so the student as well as the faculty member know how the student is progressing towards the completion of the PhD program. And we also have student professional development. So I would like to describe some of these programs. The institutes, just like the one today, so the goal is to provide the resources and skills to function as effective mentors. Are conducted annually in the different institutions, mostly at ASU and here at University of Utah. And here, this is sort of the point that I'm making is to introduce the resources available to you through our grant. The Faculty Graduate Mentoring Network is a forum where we have faculty members signing up so they can share their experiences and about mentoring and networking of students. This is through a website as well as a listserv. So once the professors sign up, they get signed up to a listserv and they can share information among themselves about resources that they can have, problems that they may have with mentoring. And we have the same aspect for students. This is where the students, by becoming part of the MGE at MSA program, they also participate in a network, and here they can talk among each other, questions that they might have, problems that they might have encountered through a listserv. We also meet about once a year in a graduate student fair. Well, the MGE and MSA students get together, present their research in a poster session, so they get to know each other, and also they get to participate in many other conferences as well with the support of the program. As I said, most advisors meet with their students, but just to document this, we want to know that the students know that they're on the path for graduating on time. And if they're not, what do they need to do? So to do that, this is recorded, and every semester, at the end of every semester, the students and the professors get together, write this little report, so the student and the advisor know, yeah, this student is on the genuine path to graduate. No, there's some deficiencies they need to be taken care of. So there are faculty-student meetings as well as student progress reports. And these are required at the end of each semester, so the students know where they stand. Finally, Through the listserv as well, we can provide information about postdoctoral positions, other graduate fellowships available to the students, so they have a way to share information, and we to share information with them about faculty, postdoctoral positions, and other programs available. So that's a way that we have also to communicate with our students about what is available out there, as well as workshops. So what is the support that we provide? Well, we provide travel money for students attending conferences, for research materials and supplies, as well as software or any other expense that some of those expenses can only be told by their advisor. So the advisor sends us a request to say, you know, it will be very beneficial for the student if we could get this X or Y. And they said, yeah, this is something that we can support. It's not intended to provide major financial support. Most institutions already have that type of support available in their budget. So we don't want to take that money away. We just want to supplement that support. So it's not meant to replace any of the normal institutionally or grant-funded activities. That's already in the institution. We just want to supplement, make that transition from first year to PhD as easy as possible. In order to identify your student or you as a prospective mentor, that's why we have our website. It's the MGE at MSA website. You can have you or any prospective student that can qualify for this to send us to apply, so we know who they are. Here we have a student biographical form. These are forms that students can fill out so we know who they are. And sometimes that's actually the hardest thing to do. There are some minority students that we don't know what they are, so they're missing on this support, as well as faculty application. So if you want to become a member or participate in any of the other resources, you can also apply. And the website is given there, and you have copies of the handout.